Welcome back, Old Dominion University Esports fans. As always, I'm James Doherty.
And I'm Jeremy Purley.
And today we have an amazing grudge match playoff showdown between your Old Dominion University Monarchs and the James Madison University Bulldogs. This, of course, is a huge grudge match as JMU beat ODU not even a week ago in Rocket League in a fantastic fifth game showdown between the two teams.
Yeah, and I mean, JMU's always been a big rival of ODU, not even just in Rocket League, but I mean, especially in Rocket League. I mean, this rivalry goes back to even back when I first started here, and I've been going here quite a number of years. So, yeah, it's definitely one to look forward to. And actually, we're already getting no, just kidding. We're going to have a rehost here. It looks like a couple players leaving the lobby. So, we will be getting underway with map 1 very shortly. But for now...
But I would like to mention a little bit about that last game for anyone who missed it. Of course, as I said, it did go to match 5, and that was just back and forth. Both teams just not able to gain a huge match advantage on the other, and actually two of JMU's wins coming in overtime on the matches. So this is going to be a very close showdown tonight between two fantastic teams. And of course, the winner goes on to play Shenandoah for a spot in the national championship playoffs. So this is an absolutely critical game for both teams here, and we're going to see everyone going all in on it.
Yeah, and I mean, ODU's always been a big contender in Rocket League, and especially, within the state, but also internationally, or, within for the regional championships as well. So yeah, this is definitely an important one. We'll be looking forward to seeing them put up the kind of performances that they have, all season, but also in previous seasons as well. I mean, this roster has been together for quite a number of years now. I mean, a couple of these players go way back, which is, speaks to their strength. I mean, we've had a lot of Rocket League players come and go through this program, and, there's a few that have just stood just ahead above everyone else for a number of years. So very impressive stuff. And I think we are attempting to get everyone back into the lobby right now, but I think we'll send it to a quick break, and when we return, map 1.
And we are underway on this first matchup. We'll see. ODU doing a pretty good job of getting the ball onto the JMU side, but JMU able to send it towards the ODU goal a little bit closer, but not really getting any shots off yet.
Yeah, and I mean, I expect both these teams to keep some pretty, play very aggressively early on in this map. Sort of get a feel for how each other, of course, like we were mentioning, these teams do go way back. I'm sure they have at least some idea of how they want to play. And like you were mentioning, they did, of course, play in the previous week as well. Great save there.
Kuro just doing fantastic aerial saves as usual. But I don't like how much time the ball is spending on the ODU side. As we saw, pretty much all of the games were determined on who could get that control and send the ball towards the opponent's goal more often and just keep it over there.
That was a bit of an unfortunate miss there from Ace, but they do manage to clear it out. Looks like ODU maybe going to try and go on the offensive right now. I will say that it looked a bit awkward there from ODU initially. Maybe a bit of miscommunication with multiple people going for that save in front of the goal. Again, we see Ace going up as well as Kuro, who seems to be sort of the man in the back, you know, line here. Of course, there will be rotations.
Seen some
right now, the
demolition coming out
pressure-
from Loco.
Yeah, the pressure being kept up right now by JMU.
Which, of course, ODU normally not going huge on demolitions, but last time they played against JMU, they really brought them out after a couple of early demolitions from JMU. So we'll see.
Dangerous field position right now for that ball, and yeah, Ace not quite able to get a handle on it, and that's going to be the first goal going to JMU. I mean, it was only a matter of time, right, with just how... Oh, and actually Ace, a bit of an own goal there. I'm not sure that would have gone in without that touch from him.
Yeah, that is pretty unfortunate. But again, 3 minutes left. ODU has just got to kind of recollect themselves and get themselves into position. Another demolition coming out. JMU has just been brutal with them.
Again, dangerous field position for that ball. Shot's going to go a little high. But yeah, no one, I mean, they're just playing with it in front of their goal. And this is just not a good, not a great start for ODU. You know, you have to imagine, again, that it's just a matter of time with some of those clears. It's looking actually a little bit sloppy, I feel like, from Ace. You know, he's already been a part of a couple of plays, a couple of those clears, you know, even apart from the own goal, a couple of those clears that he's been making just been not the greatest.
And yeah, I mean, it's obviously they've got to just keep the ball away from their own goal a little bit more. They're not getting onto the offensive, not able to really gain control over the ball. As you know, as we see even here, Loco able to set himself up for two pretty solid hits back to back. ODU getting the ball cleared, but Dior in position, and does not look like ODU really set up to make a play on the goal right now.
It's a nice cross center of the field there, but no one really from ODU to follow up on it. Clear should be coming in here from JMU, and already Loco charging up the field. Actually, that's almost on target.
A little bit high by Rever, but he was wide open. And that ball in a terrible position. Ace coming in clutch to get that save. But that's not something you want to be risking that often. That's quite a gamble.
Yeah, but something I definitely have to admire from JMU as well is just their patience on these plays, right? They don't really, it doesn't feel like they're really forcing anything too hard. You know, they're taking their time, even with how close that shot was on the goal. Oh, actually a demo in the middle of the goal. That's just going to be an open shot there for Deora, and wow, what a great team play there.
Yeah.
Trevor just coming in and absolutely smacking, I believe that was A-Pig. Not 100% sure.
That's
Could have been Kuro. He has been the main man in front of the goal here, but it is looking rough right now.
this is very uncharacteristic for ODU. This is not, this is not as well as they played last week, and that's really unfortunate because they put up a phenomenal, very close 5 matches last week. So we'll see how they do on this one because again, this is
that's really good position for the ball. Clear's going to come in from Kuro, but
yeah. And we see another demolition coming out. JMU is just pulling out all the stops to just keep demolishing these ODU players.
Yeah, that dribble was really nice from Rever as well. Beats the first opponent. That demo again right in front of the goal. Surely the follow-up is there.
And I mean, we've had 2 goals come out of demolitions right there, and just ODU unable to match up with that just 1-player deficit for that critical second. You got to wonder, should ODU focus on demolitions a little bit more? Something that hasn't been present in most of their gameplay.
Well, yeah, I mean, it just feels that ODU has been on defense pretty much this entire game so far. Those moves that JMU are making with those demolitions are intentional, right? Like they are crafted on purpose, timed beautifully as well to allow for basically free shots on the goal. And it just seems like the communication and teamwork here from JMU just a lot tighter right now.
Well, and it definitely feels like they've been practicing and planning specifically to take on this ODU squad. They've spent this week in a lot of preparation. They know what they're doing ahead of time with these plays, and they just execute them pretty flawlessly. So, I mean, I don't think ODU can really do a whole lot here on this first map, but
oh yeah, I mean this first map's already
pretty
done and dusted.
clear, yeah.
I think ODU's just thinking about map 2 already, but they're gonna have to, you know, have a major shift in play.
And obviously, I
see
want to see
something
them on that
different.
attack a little bit more. Ball is
Yeah.
spent. If I had to estimate, I'd say the ball spent 75% of the time on their side of the field, if not more. And that is always going to be something that ruins your chances of winning. You just can't get the volume of shots on goal that are necessary to win it. And JMU looking like they were going for another goal there in the last seconds. Had a little bit of insult to injury. But again, this is best out of 5.
Yeah.
So we've still got at least 2 more maps. And ODU has the opportunity to kind of take this back and win 3 maps.
Yeah, still definitely plenty of opportunities for ODU to bring it back. I will say though, I know that I missed the match against JMU in the previous weeks, but I will say though, I know that our Rocket League team does have quite a number of people that compete for Rocket League. We have a couple of different teams. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they had at least one player on standby, and I think that if Ace in particular doesn't pick it up in this next game, I think we might be due for a substitution. I'll be honest, I think he was definitely having a rough time in that previous game. Maybe just a bit of a warm up, you know, just shaking off the not rust, but shaking off the jitters a little bit here. Obviously, there is a lot of major implications on the line here for this game. Get right into game 2 though. And already ODU winning the kickoff.
Yeah, very
They're
strong
on the
that
attack
offensive.
here.
And we see Ace doing a great setup down the center. Apig trying to move the ball, but Kuro not quite in position for it. A little bit high on this shot. And Loco on defense, but Apig back in the air. Dura messing up that what could have been a fantastic setup. But ODU back into position a little bit, and we see Kuro coming off the back. And Apig just not able to push the ball forward as much as I think he would have hoped off of it.
Yeah, and that's not quite the touch I think Apig wanted to get on that ball, trying to get it back in the center now. ODU going to have to play a little defensive. Great touch, though, from Apig. That's going to give them a little bit of time.
We see Ace moving back on a goal, but Kuro coming in with that critical aerial for defense. And you almost got to wonder if ODU's playing a little bit hesitantly on that defense. You know, we saw Ace down low on the goal, and then Kuro up high, you know, in preparation if a demolition came out. Very close there, shot by Kuro, but Rever in position.
And it's at least looking a little bit more even in the second map. You know, not so much defense coming out from ODU. But, yeah, I'm still a little bit nervous about some of these touches that are being made. Decent center there from Apig. Ace not quite in the spot to finish, but he is going to send it off the wall back towards the middle. And actually, Kuro beats him through the ball. Oh, so close.
And he was definitely looking for a little bit of an angle shot on goal there, but not quite able to get it. And, of course, we see Apig with that shot protected by Loco.
Oh, that's a beautiful cross to the center. But, again, no one in position, or maybe just add a boost. And actually, oh, my gosh, again, very, very close.
And Kuro just moving like absolutely the speed of light to get there in time. And Kuro able to push it in. Of course,
was that a self-assist? That almost looked like a self. Okay, no, it was an assist from Apig. I was about to say. Yeah, great teamwork out of those two players. And, you know, that was something that we saw a lot from in game 1, was just JMU constantly having the ball in the center of the field, bouncing it off the top, if not, you know, if they couldn't quite get a touch or a shot on goal, you know, just keeping it centered there. Eventually, you know, it's bound one of those shots to go in. Someone's going to make a mistake. So if ODU can, you know, continue this kind of pressure. Oh, a little bit high from Kuro. That could have actually been an opportunity there. And Ace, again, missing his touch on the ball. He's looking very out of sorts today.
And Kuro with a great shot just off to the side before getting demolished.
Yeah, that angle, that camera angle baited me a little bit. It looks almost like that was going in for sure.
And what was kind of a risky center by Apig. Kuro there to help clear it out. Great teamwork between them.
Yeah, they were stalling out in the middle a little bit, waiting for his team to get a bit closer to maybe look for something. But ends up getting cleared out. On the attack again now, though, is Rever. Again, ball in the center of the field. Dangerous position. Beautiful clear from Kuro. But again, just sending it back down towards ODU's goal.
But Apig in a great position. He really predicted that. Even with Rever getting that hit on the ball, Apig was there and ready to clear it out. But not quite ODU, not quite in a position to move into the offensive with it. Minute 30 remaining in this, and just neither side really able to get a lot of shots on goal after ODU's first one there. A lot of gameplay around sort of the middle of the field.
Oh, and Ace just barely gets beaten. Apig's there for the save, but like, that was incredibly close. You have to imagine that would have gone in if not for the save. ODU now on the attack. Actually, that clear, not a lot of strength behind it. Shot is on goal, but just barely deflected up high. But you can see JMU scrambling a little bit now. Oh, but Apig, a bit uncharacteristic miss from him.
And that ball is in a dangerous position, but Kuro and Apig both there. And Ace able to clear it away as it goes back towards the ODU goal. Less than 40 seconds remaining. Both teams kind of desperate to get a goal here. ODU, of course, wanting to get a goal to secure this into a 2-score lead. And JMU desperate for a goal to tie this up and force it into an overtime.
Yeah, because of course these games, when it's only 1 point, 1 point apart, you always have to be nervous about the potential for overtime here if you're ODU.
And of course, JMU did win every single time they went into overtime last week, so ODU does not want that to happen. As long as they can keep it out of overtime, they're in a much better position. Ball on their side of the field, less than 10 seconds remaining, and JMU setting up, trying to get a last-second goal in as the clock hits 1. That ball needs to hit the ground for ODU to be in a position. JMU doing everything to keep it alive, but Kuro not quite able to spike it as JMU goes back into an attack with it. Ball getting cleared out away, but it is going to touch. That is going to be the second map going to ODU.
Yeah, and not quite as many goals in that second game, but that one early on from Kuro, the only one that ODU needs to secure the second map. So we will be at least going to 4.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if we head to map 5 again.
Yeah, and I'm just a lot... I'm a lot more comfortable now after that second showing from ODU. It looked like they were just still warming up a little bit in that first map because they were getting run circles around a little bit. So I'm glad to see them really fighting back. And they came out of the gate swinging as well in that second map, not wasting any time at all, getting that goal, I believe, in under a minute. But we are going to head straight to game 3.
And
again,
ODU
kickoff won by ODU.
Another aggressive start. Not quite able to score off of it, but... moving into a bit of a defensive position as a shot goes really close for JMU, but Kuro able to reject it. And Apig getting a demolition off. It's going to help them in clearing this ball away towards the JMU side near to the goal, but not quite in.
Bit of a rough touch there from Apig. Could have definitely been an opportunity there, but Kuro's just been so good. I mean, he has kept them in this game time and time again.
Yeah, that's honestly one of the biggest things on this ODU team, I got to say, is definitely Kuro's defense. He spends so much time just in the air playing fantastic defenses on shots that should, by all means, go in, if not for just the fact that he somehow ends up on that side of the field with his car in the exact position to save it.
Well, and interesting to note, too, I didn't mention it in the previous game, but Kuro was on the Dominus for that first map and then swaps over to the Octane for the second one. He was the only scorer in that second map. Unfortunately, Loco going to be the first scorer in this one. But, maybe he's feeling a little bit more comfortable on the Octane. I mean, he was still looking good on the Dominus, but that, that one goal was all they needed to take that map 2 down. So, definitely important one for ODU. And they're going to be fighting back now that they are on the back foot.
Of course, yeah, ODU honestly just needs to get a goal in here. Not just for the score, but that's just... in this game, it really seems that there's a little bit of momentum there. And if JMU's able to hold on to this momentum, it's just going to be another one-sided match.
Oh, and dangerous spot for the ball to be right now. Good touch from Ace to sort of get it out of there. Wow, beautiful control there from Deora. Ace going up high with Rever for the challenge. Not even really sure who won that. It looked like both Both players kind of just missing it.
And it looks ODU a little bit more demolitions this matchup.
Oh, and that demolition actually resulted in a goal there. That respawn just coming in a little bit too late. You'll see he pops up right here and just barely not able to get across. Deora getting demoed earlier on in that play, and that's a great one to get back for ODU. Looked like they were almost fighting for that shot a little bit between themselves, but they make it happen, and that is what is important.
So hopefully we're going to see a little bit of momentum change here. And we can see maybe the start of it as ODU is able to keep the ball a little bit more on this JMU side. But a big clear coming out by the JMU, but no one in position to make a play off of it. It means ODU's going to get it right back onto the JMU's half the field. And ODU really working hard to try to center this ball, but not quite able to get any scores off of it as JMU moves back onto the offensive. The big shot, but just to the side, and the ODU defense, of course, coming out to stop it. An ace with a demolition. ODU going to be looking to capitalize off of that, but JMU with a big stall there. It's going to mean that they're back up to 3 players.
Oh, great control there from Ace. I think ODU is going to be able to keep control down here. Keep the pressure up on JMU's side. Although that definitely going to be alleviated with that demo.
And Apig juking out 2 of the JMU players, but not quite able to move out of the way of the third. So that ball is going to stay on the ODU side, at least for now.
Oh, dangerous position for the ball to be. Kuro should be able to clear it out now.
Kuro moving back into position to keep that ball moving forward. But feels like both teams are kind of just chasing it side to side right now. And it's back on the ODU half, but no JMU players really in position yet. So that shot on target by Deora coming out. Kuro with another fantastic defense.
There's actually a trade of demos there. Both players going down for a couple seconds.
A long shot on goal, but just to the side. ODU in position here. But Loco on that aerial defense to hold it out.
Yeah, incredible save from Loco.
And a minute remaining. Both teams tied. ODU, of course, does not want this to go to overtime. JMU being undefeated in overtime. ODU's got to score here soon if they want to keep it from going in.
Oh, and Ace just barely missing that ball right in front of the goal there for ODU. They got to try and make something happen with those opportunities, but...
Ball moving down the field towards the ODU goal, and it's just going to roll in with 30 seconds remaining. ODU.
That is a disaster. The challenge just not great from Ace. I'm not sure what the plan was. Maybe he was thinking it was going to get deflected to the left side of the goal there, but a bit half-hearted on the challenge, and that's going to cost them. Now they got 30 seconds to get one back, or they will be going down 1-2 in this series.
And ODU just not able to get the ball onto the JMU side of the field right now as JMU is dominating them a little bit. And it's going to be down to 10 seconds. ODU still down by that 1 goal. And the ball nowhere near the JMU side. JMU trying to send it into the ODU goal. No time left on the clock.
Oh,
ODU
nice touch, but it's going to be
not quite
grounded.
able to score.
That was a great attempt, though, from Apig, though, right at the end. Just not enough power on it to get it into the back of the net.
And that's going to bring JMU up 2-1 on this series. So it is a bit of match point here. ODU is going to need to win 2 matches in a row if they want to win this and go on to face Shenandoah for the chance to go to the national playoffs.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to stick with these the same lineup, and I believe everyone's on the same cars that they were in the previous game. We are already into game 4. And it's match point now for JMU. Very early goal, though, from Apig.
10 seconds in, and ODU already up 1-0. So this is going to be hopefully a very different match than the one we just saw.
And the hustle there from Ace as well after getting that decent, you know, cross to the center, but just beats the Loco too. You know, Loco trying to clear it there. Ace just getting a nice, very light touch below him. Is going to center it right in front of the goal. Apig just has to tap it in.
And again, ODU fighting a little bit around that corner near the JMU goal, but not able to get a offense into position.
Beautiful control from Kuro. Goal wide open. Rever is able to get back in time. That was definitely an opportunity there for ODU. Bit of miscommunication there. Apig going to get bumped around a little bit by his own team and the opposing, and just barely makes it back to cover for that shot that Loco attempted.
We see Ace moving up into position and Apig moving into position. The ball going directly into the goal as Ace just taps it in to bring them up 2-0 with just over 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and again, a great touch from Apig, and this time Ace in the perfect position again. That felt a little bit more like unlucky for JMU. I mean, ODU doing a great job to capitalize on that opportunity, especially with the demo. That definitely helped set up for that play to happen, but that just felt like a bit unfortunate there for JMU on that touch. It's really hard to know how that ball is going to deflect.
There's a lot of physics in this game, and sometimes you just get lucky off of them, and sometimes you don't. And ODU playing really high in the air with this one, as Ace is able to get that demolition off on Diora, and one going down to take out Loco.
Yeah, and only one man back right now for JMU, just Loco. Forever coming back, though, and Loco is able to get it out of there. Good clear by Apig.
And those were 3 quick demolitions in a row coming up by ODU. Very uncharacteristic, but not quite able to make a play off of them. But the ball is heading towards goal, not quite able to get it in. ODU working to center the ball. It looks like it's in JMU's hands a little bit right now, as Kuro moved up to try to get on the defensive ball in the air. But nobody from ODU there to make a play off of it. And Ace keeping the ball on the JMU side.
Oh, and that's a bit unfortunate there. Oh, the center is beautiful from Loco. What an assist.
And Apig set himself up for that defense, but just whiffing as Loco makes a fantastic play on it.
Yeah, and I mean, that play all started with the, you know, a couple of unfortunate touches for ODU. You know, a couple of those challenges not going their way.
And of course, now ODU only up by 1 goal, 2-1. So they're going to want to get into a position where they are leading by a second goal again, giving themselves a little bit of a buffer. As, of course, you can score in so little time in this game.
Demo coming in onto Loco. This could be an opportunity here for ODU. Fortunately, Revered getting a light touch over the top there. Going to shut down that air dribble by ODU. And actually, oh, Ace whiffing again. That's okay. Kuro's there for the follow-up. And Kuro has most definitely been the highlight player for me in this series so far. I mean, he's really doing a lot for ODU.
Mm-hmm. And of course, we kind of see Apig as a little bit of a forward for this team, getting the ball into position and plays, but Kuro just being almost immaculate all night.
This time the clear coming in from Apig, though. He's looking to try and make something happen here. Challenge is gonna turn out pretty even there. Ball just flying high up in the midfield. ODU still on the attack, though. Oh, demo from Loco, though. Could be dangerous here for ODU. Great clear from Ace.
And we see Kuro in position on that right side of the field. He's going to be looking to center this in a second, but he's not quite able to as Ace comes in to replace him on that side. Apig moving in with a attempt on the setup. Kuro with a great touch on it, but not quite able to get it towards the goal. And again, Kuro just in the air. Fantastic aerial defense, moving that ball away.
Oh, and it's going to be forced in.
And that's going to tie this up with a minute remaining. Both teams tied 2-2.
This is what we were talking about, man. ODU playing with the ball right in front of their goal. You can't allow this to happen. You know, sooner or later, you're gonna just have it knocked in just like that. It doesn't take much.
And now JMU really working hard to get themselves back onto the offensive and keep the ball on ODU's side. ODU, of course, does not want that to happen as they get a bit of a clear out. Ace the field by himself a little bit as Diora moves in on defense for JMU. Kerr
Oh,
with
nice
the
center.
setup,
Oh, just
but they're just not able to capitalize. And we're down to 35 seconds on the clock. ODU keeping the ball a little bit more towards the JMU side of the field. But again, they have got to want to finish this before overtime. If this goes to overtime, it becomes a lot scarier, and that JMU team is going to look even better. Diora working on that clear as Kuro comes up into position. Fantastic touch. And Ace trying to get a setup here. But JMU's going to clear it. 3 seconds remaining. And they're going to score in the last 2 seconds. It's going to bring the score to 3-2. 2 seconds for ODU to score to tie this up and force it to overtime. We saw some incredible things from them last week, but that's a tall order. We'll have to see what ODU does here. And, of course, they're going to have to keep that ball juggled.
They're going to have to score one in 2 seconds. It's just not going to happen. That's going to be JMU taking the series 3-1.
And unfortunately, that means that ODU is knocked out of the playoffs here on the national championships. This was the play-in for their conference, but going down 3-2, on this fourth map means that JMU will be moving on to face Shenandoah.
Yeah, and it was a bit unfortunate result for ODU, but at least I'm happy to say that they did, they didn't go out without fighting. Definitely a great performance on map 2, and even map 3 and 4 looked pretty even as well. It's just a couple of those crucial moments.
Yeah.
They don't go well for you. Sometimes that's all it takes to cost you the game, especially towards the end there, man. That final game is just heartbreaking for ODU. Definitely could have had an opportunity in overtime, but not going to get to see it. So that will be JMU taking the series 3-1. They will move on to face Shenandoah next week in what tournament is this? The NACE?
Yes, I believe this is the NACE Starleague National Tournament.
Yeah. So definitely give them a watch next week.
Yeah. Again,
for the regional championship.
Shenandoah and JMU both Virginia teams, so we're rooting them the best of luck, whichever one makes it into the nationals. Here to represent Virginia.
But yeah, I believe that's it for us. So make sure you drop us a follow on Twitch. Hit the little like button below. Turn on notifications so you know when we go live. We do all sorts of games, Rocket League, and a whole host of others as well. Seasons are winding down now, so you will be seeing a little bit less from us. But I believe we do have Call of Duty later this week. I believe that's Wednesday night. So make sure you tune in for that. Also, follow us on Twitter at ODU_esports. But I've been Jeremy Purley-Iber.
And I've been James Darty. Thank you for watching, and have a great night.